teams. UCLA starts things with a jump serve, and they get themselves the ace to start things off.
All right, love to see that jump serve starting us off toward area 1, causing some confusion there on the sideline.
The Bruins come in, and they have been a strong serving team. They've out-aced their opponents 178 to 134. And keeping pressure on Pepperdine, they handled it well out of the back row. Barnett able to score on the back row attack, and both these teams surely blocked well, so those middle blockers and back row attack are going to be keys, I think, for both teams as this match wears on.
Both teams have an amazing offense. They're first and third in the MPSF in kills per set.
Pepperdine also very strong serving team. They really gave Grand Canyon all kinds of problems. They go outside. Haber able to set, ball tapped there by Kirchie, and then the ball dropped in, and UCLA able to get the point.
Smart play by Rowan, challenging Pepperdine early. Who's going to take that free ball short near the setter?
As you mentioned earlier, the Waves had 9 aces yesterday, only 11 service errors, and Grand Canyon did not have an ace in 13 errors, and the Bruins able to score and take a 3-1 lead in set 1. It's the best 3 out of 5. First 4 sets to 25, you must win by 2, and there is no ceiling. If they go to a set 5, they'll play to 15, and again you must win by 2, and there's no cap. Over the middle, the shot by Ethan Watson goes out of bounds. Attack here and point to UCLA. The key for Pepperdine, their setter, and Gabe Dyer, who was honorable mention all conference. This is Eli Haber, sets in the back row to Barnett, and the ball comes up short. Andrew Rowan finds in the back row, and that the ball goes out of bounds. That can win the national championship this year, and I guess you'll start with UCLA, Pepperdine, and Long Beach State.
That's right. The men's volleyball game is just exploding in our country. It's incredible to see. The creativity, the athleticism, it's going off the charts.
More and more Division II schools playing Division I men's volleyball. Next year, Jessup, out of just east of Sacramento, a small private school, now playing Division II, will be in the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation next season. Cooper Robinson with the put-away, and the Bruins up 7-1, and I dare say their serve has made a difference early so far in the first set.
Definitely, the service aggression causing some trouble for Pepperdine.
Coming out, Eli Haber, the sophomore from Israel, had started early in the season, but then had some injuries. Brings a lot of international experience. And with a strong jump serve, hits one of those beams. The shot attempt by Robinson. It goes to Pepperdine, 7-3 in favor of UCLA. A series that dates back to 1972, and the Bruins lead the overall series 93-45. We'll get the decision. Oh, it was touched. So John Hawks will win his challenge. They will take a play through 2008. He's a 2-time National Player of the Year. He was a 6'8" setter. Waves attacking Cole Harkey. They like to run Cole Harkey out of the back row, but you don't see many 6'11" outside hitters, and you can put him in the back row. He does have 94 digs on the season.
Pretty impressive.
8-3. He's the MPSF Freshman of the Year. Firing away, Sean Kelly, and that goes out of bounds in Pepperdine. So much talent, as you mentioned. So Jessup, Division II school, will come into the MPSF. There'll be 10 schools, 4 D2s. Oh, nice block up front by the Waves. William Whitten, Waves back row, Haber. The shot goes out of bounds, no good, and the point to UCLA.
I like the aggressive attempt there by Haber. You see sometimes the outside hitters will actually now...
The back row, you're usually looking at one blocker, which can make a big difference. Booming serve, and another ace for UCLA. They're third already against 1 error. Light fixtures and beams, and the rule is if it comes back on the same side, it is in play. If it goes back on the other side, it would be out of bounds. to begin this match. Well, Pepperdine maybe need to be a little more aggressive, but they go with the floater. Quick attack, what a block up front.
Up and over early.
Of course, Cameron Thorne, one of the top hitters in the middle, and another block by Pepperdine. Whitten and Harkey once again. Championship tomorrow in our second matchup, number 2 USC, number 6 Stanford, and this shot goes out of bounds and a point to Pepperdine. Very first year, he's got a tough act to follow in John Sparrow. Now heads up the U.S. national program, and there's Zach Rama, first team all-conference. And here's Cooper Robinson, who leads this team with 32 aces. The MPSF Player of the Year. Booming serve, but it goes out of bounds.
That was mighty close. I thought that almost touched one of the diving players on Pepperdine trying to get out of the way.
So far, UCLA with 4 aces early, only 2 errors. Pepperdine, no aces but no errors, and they come with a strong serve. Back set and pounding it down, Rama.
Great swing, but I'm more.
Cameron Thorne, the transfer from Grand Canyon, first team all-conference. Thorne hitting .521 on the year, under 76 kills, and the way he's able to get the point, and down 12-10. So it may come down for both these teams how well they handle each other's serve. As the National Player of the Year last season, regarded as the #1 recruit in the country. They jousted the net. Harkey gets a touch. Right there is Barnett, blocked up front. McQuiggan, and then pounding it down is Sean Kelly. On the beach, do you notice the younger players who are just outstanding, making the transition from high school to Division I, which is a big jump?
It is pretty crazy how these players just seem very seasoned already coming.
Joe just transferred out.
They did. They had the portal, had to go in there and see what was available, yes.
Probably too easy for you, just the things have changed.
Oh yes, no $1 million NIL contracts.
Sean Kelly serving for UCLA. They've got the lead 14-11. Hit there by Harkey, a point for Pepperdine. So for UCLA, they come in at 20-5. They won their 3rd straight regular season championship. They won the national title last year by beating Long Beach State. 2 years ago, they knocked off Hawaii. 21 national titles in men's volleyball, by far the most of any other school. And Pepperdine actually has the second most with 5, but none since 2005, as Kelly able to get the point. 15-12. UCLA in the first set. UCLA this time with a floater. As they show over the middle, Ethan Watson. This will become so important, but every now and then you do have to go with the floater serve, and just like that, the Waves get an ace.
Well, the floats, so a little bit different than the jump serve. Each has their own strength.
Like a knuckleball in baseball, and then the jump serve like a fastball. All right, Rowan, backside, Rama with a smash hit. 16.
No hesitation there by Rama. He was locked and loaded and just let it rip down the seam.
And not much resistance by Pepperdine defending, because you try to read the set, and it's a great job by Rowan. All-American setter, averaging over 10 assists per set. Waves go to Harkey, the big block there. Cooper Robinson and Cameron Thorne defending. 17-14 UCLA. Cameron Thorne, 94 blocks. He was at Grand Canyon for 2 years. Last year he was a first-team All-American. And at 6'4", the junior. But he's such a great athlete. Waves Ryan Barnett. First First team all-conference, having an All-American campaign at 6'5", hitting well above 300. And they're always looking at double and triple blockers. Well, Thorne somehow able to get it over. Great body control to net.
That's a really high-level play. He recognizes it's too low or it's too wide for him to get it over and uses the left hand right there to just save it and get a kill.
UCLA serving up 18-15. They have led right from the start. There might have been one tie early. And there's Harkey, the Rama, and also the Pepperdine as UCLA ups their leads at 19-15 in the first. 19-15. Bruins have the lead. Strong serve by Robinson. Waves go outside to Harkey against the double blockers. They go back on the other side. Waves able to cover. Great play by Gabe Dyer. This is Harkey over the block. Rowan finds Rama with the tap, and it goes out of bounds. No good. Point to Pepperdine.
Well, great defense by both of these teams. You love to see the libero extending the rally, really reading the open hand tip and just taking over.
19-16. Waves trailing by 3. Strong serve. It goes out of bounds to Ryan Barnett, who leads Pepperdine with 4. Cameron Thorne on the bench. Bruins serving. And a point to Pepperdine on the service here. 27 for Stanford and the Big West Long Beach State playing UC San Diego in the semifinals with Hawaii and UC Irvine in the other semi in Honolulu. Waves go over the middle and Ethan Watson. Pepperdine keeps getting close. Down 28-18, 20-18. Also in the conference, Carolina's Mount Olive that won the regular season will play North Greenville tonight. In the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, Fort Valley State won that conference. This is Rama able to get the kill.
Offensive range from Rama. He's gotten a few kills down the line. You see there, he just bounces it cross court with only one blocker in front of him taking the line. So seems like he has really good vision on his attack.
Yeah, and of course, Rowan does a great job finding him in the double team. We would think would be following Cooper Robinson. Waves Archie the block up front. McQuiggan getting the start, the 6'11" junior from Redondo Beach. Right, 22-18 UCLA. Also in the Northeastern Conference, St. Francis of Pennsylvania won that league. The announcement of the NCAA tournament, another ace for UCLA, their 5th of this set, 1 in 1 set. 23-18 UCLA. But this Sunday on NCAA.com at 4 p.m. on the East Coast, a pair of aces. It is set point number 1 for UCLA.
UCLA is committing to their service aggression, and I love it. Creating a lot of point opportunities for them.
Well, I'll say 6 aces. Booming serve this time goes out of bounds. Set point number 2, 24-19. But just to continue, the 8 teams, 2 at large, to the NCAA tournament that begins May 8th in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio State will host. But at NCAA.com, 4 p.m. on the East Coast, 1 p.m. on the West, the announcement of the pairings and seedings for the NCAA men's volleyball tournament. A service here, and that's it. UCLA wins 25-19. They take a 1-0 lead. Down official, the video official today is Troy Gravitt. They have worked the entire week. Right, the Bruins come up short. And we are tied at M1.
This is interesting for UCLA. They run a 2 libero system where one libero is in primarily for serve receive, the other libero coming in for defense.
Pepperdine serving. Ball is pinball. They go to Robinson, who misfires. And it goes out of.
But just missing.
Ryan Barnett, strong jump serve, puts a little pressure on UCLA. They go over the middle to McQuiggan. Waves is Jacob Riley, and the Pepperdine Waves get the point. Golden net against UCLA as Cole Hartke gives Pepperdine a 3-1 lead. Strong serve by Barnett, and a service there inside out to UCLA. Kirchie comes out, and this is Sean McQuiggan with a jump floater. Gabe Dyer on the backside. Harkey pounds it, trying to keep it in play. The Bruins, I thought it hit the floor. Yep, almost got away with it.
Well, that's a bit better from Hartke. He's reaching higher against this UCLA block. Almost gets a kill off the hands there.
4-2 Pepperdine. UCLA won the first set 25-19 and led right from the start. There was just one tie at 2 points apiece. Andrew Rowan, back row attack, and with the smash hit, the Bruins. Honorable mention all conference. They rolled the dice and it goes out of bounds. Service error by Andrew Rowan, the setter who has 28 aces on the year. This season, and an All-American last year, probably will get that same honor in 2025. Cooper Robinson.
Cooper Robinson is just so impressive to watch. He really just floats up there.
Long jump server. 5-4 Pepperdine in the second set. Wade's able to handle it. They go to Haber and the block up front, and the Bruins able to convert and get the point. Boy, for Haber, just to be able to handle that serve and keep it in play. Number 7, finally healthy, made such a difference last night in the win over Grand Canyon. Robinson rocks him, fires a booming ace. Teams squaring off in this semifinals in the MPSF tournament. The back row, Ryan Barnett.
Well, there's something to the mindset of serving when you...
We're tied at 6. Overpass by UCLA and then pounded down to Ryan Barnett. Now the serve and the advantage for Pepperdine, and they keep the lead at 7-6. Pepperdine. And this one goes out of bounds by Haber going for it, and he obviously had the green light on that serve, but just missed it. And we're even at 7. Our Bruins, Cameron Thorne. He has 18 aces on the year. Comes up short. Of course, Grand Canyon won this tournament last year with Cameron Thorne on that team, but then Grand Canyon being knocked out 10 times. Their last in 2023. Pepperdine 6 times, last time in 2022. UCLA on the offensive. Sean Kelly, the freshman, reads the block and goes inside and able to service there. 9-8 Pepperdine. The winner into the championship tomorrow night at 7:30 will be on the Big Ten Network and Fox Sports, and I'm Big Ten Plus. Waves go with the floater serve just to keep the Bruins off balance, flying out of the back row, and that is Cooper Robinson. We're tied at 9. Robinson will keep topping Pepperdine with 5. Ryan Barnett with 4. Gabe Dyer, the quick attack. William Widner able to get the point. Just one blocker there, and McQuiggan. Ten to 9, Pepperdine, but they come up short. Inside out UCLA.
I like to see Pepperdine keep finding their middle blockers. Their efficiency is pretty high, getting those one-on-one attempts.
See Jonathan Winder along the sidelines. Floater serve. Waves on the backside, tapped by Harkey. Kept in play by UCLA. They go on the outside to Rama, able to score. So UCLA gets the lead. They're up 11-10. They got a good crowd, but maybe close to 1,000 on hand. A little bigger than I thought we might have with the early start at 5 p.m. People have to go through still at work and class, and not to mention the traffic, and then having to go all the way around the Pacific Coast Highway that's not totally open. We're going to get a net against UCLA, and Pepperdine gets the point, and we're even at 11.
Pepperdine's really capitalizing on a few net violations, a few service errors by UCLA, and Pepperdine trying to just stay clean on their side.
UCLA trying to overcommit a little bit defensively and getting caught in the net. Cameron Thorne. First team all-conference, and it gives UCLA the lead, 12-11. The 1 ratio, Pepperdine 1 ace and 7 errors. Rama able to cover that, and the ball volleyed over by Robinson, has hit one of the beams, came back on the same side, and then Ethan Watson with the put away.
Good choice there, finding Ethan Watson.
And I have to ask you this, Haley, in a moment, the overpass, and it's a point for Pepperdine. Maybe not.
I think it does. You can get some of the jitters out in your previous match. They're playing at home, so they're used to the environment. UCLA just having to watch and wait for their turn. Great
save by Jacob Riley of Pepperdine, then Rama with a stuff. Pepperdine keeps it in play. Riley with a set. They go deep by Barnett, and then Thorne able to score at the net.
Pepperdine has the lead in this set, but they're not doing anything special. They're really just putting the pressure on UCLA to serve the ball over and in and make plays. So I'd like to see Pepperdine keep up this consistency.
As Pepperdine adjusted to the strong serve of UCLA after in that first set, they probably hadn't seen anything like that. And once again, another strong serve, and then the shot by Harkey, and he got it.
Harkey is reaching higher than he did last set, and I think he's got a feel for the blockers in front of him now. Sometimes it takes a minute to see some new blockers in front of you and really settle into the timing and how high they reach.
And Thorne and Kelly right there, but again, Harkey at 6'11", out of Barrington, Illinois, the #1 recruit in the nation, coming out of high school last year, and then Thorne with the stuff.
His arm swing is so quick. If you blink, you'll miss it.
15-14, an All-American first team last year, transfers in through the NCAA portal. And here you have Cameron Thorne at the service line, a booming jump serve. Dyer goes to the outside, Barnett, it was touched, and a point to Pepperdine.
Ryan Barnett currently has the highest hitting percentage on Pepperdine's side. I think they should keep feeding him the ball as much as possible.
Hitting .571, 4 kills, 7 swings, and no attack errors. Waves now hitting .281. The Bruins at .406. Waves take a little bit up. Rama gets a touch. They go to Kelly on the other side. Waves come up with a block up front. Whitten along with Gabe Dyer.
For UCLA.
17-14 Pepperdine. UCLA won the first set, 25-19. A nice turnout here in Malibu to watch these two teams. The first semifinal match in the MPSF tournament. It's the 32nd annual McQuiggan shot attack there, and a point to Pepperdine.
Again, Pepperdine is not doing anything.
For the time being, as the Waves go with the jump floater. Back row attack, Cooper Robinson flying out, able to get the kill.
Well, that's
things up, change the pace, tip the other team off balance, firing away Barnett, but kept alive by UCLA. Waves thought they had the point, they go back to Barnett. It is tapped, Barnett keeps it in play, but there's too many hits, and the point will go to UCLA. Game of that two-handed attack. Do you like that? It's definitely different, and you certainly can get called for mishandling the ball.
I I think you can still wipe off the block with one just fine.
19-16, service error for UCLA. Pepperdine serving, they take a little bit off the overpass. Oh, the block out front. Andrew Rowan, the setter. Right, the wave serving. Again, the floater, the overpass, the joust. William Whitten with a sub. Point for the Bruins. 21-17, Pepperdine. The Waves, as you see, Cooper Robinson, number 11 MPSF Player of the Year. The Bruins placed 4 players on the first team all-conference squad. Pepperdine had 2, and Ryan Barnett and Cole Hartke. Pepperdine on offense, Gabe Dyer outside to Hartke, way up the ladder and drops it in. So Diallo, the 6'9" sophomore in up front defending for UCLA. Number 8 just came in. Point to jump floater. On the outside, Cole Hartke with the kill. 5-19. That time the jump serve. They go on the outside back row, and Sean Kelly with the put away. It's on the all-freshman team. Booming serve as the Bruins go back to that. Back row, Barnett.
Barnett bringing the energy.
The year, first team all-conference. There's a lot of pressure on UCLA. Oh, Thorne. And a quick attack, almost a wheels, hitting 571 and a couple of blocks.
Wow.
Another ace.
You know, I thought, okay, surely Cooper Robinson just going to get this one in here, make his team make a play, but no, he rips an ace.
We have a timeout. Another ace, 8 for the Bruins, 24-21, Pepperdine in the second. Here late in our first semifinal match. Jump serve by Robinson, the Waves. High set to Hartke. Nice save back there by UCLA. Thorndale gets the kill, but Aziz came up with a nice dig to allow UCLA to score.
Wow, great heads-up play by UCLA.
Double blockers, Watson and Gabe Dyer, but Thorne, a power hitter. Is set point number 4 for Pepperdine, 24-22. And the ball goes out of bounds. Robinson rolled the dice. Pepperdine wins 25-22. Team will change sides. We are tied at 1 set of 25. In the match from Pepperdine 341, Bruins serving and a service here inside out to Pepperdine and 1-0 way. Our officials for tonight's match: Bill Forrester, the top official; Ron Bellum, the down official. For about 700-800 on hand at Firestone Fieldhouse. Our second match, Stanford number 6 against USC number 2, and Cameron Thorne with a kill. That might have been Diallo. That's 6'9", pretty talented player. All right, UCLA serving. Cole Hartke has to handle it. Sets to Barnett.
What a set across the court by Cole Hartke. That was a thing of beauty. That set hits itself.
All right, Pepperdine with the serve, leading 2-1 in a pivotal third set. Rowan finds a Robinson off the blocks and double the score.
Cooper Robinson just has a chisel off the hand, swing as hard as he can, tip. He has all the tools.
Tied at 2. With a jump floater, Pepperdine on offense. Driving it off the blocks, Cole Hartke. Zach Rama, Cooper Robinson, Cameron Thorne, and Andrew Rowan, all first team MPSF. A lot of talent on the court for both sides, and Rama with the kill.
Good play by Rowan, front row setter. He jumps up as if he could dump the ball, attack the ball.
And this week they've been ranked number 1 for a number of weeks. Pepperdine comes back with an ace. A big point for Pepperdine, 5-3. Played very much. He played in 8 sets all season long, and here he is in postseason playing for the Bruins. Alternating in the middle with McQuiggan. Point for UCLA, 5-4. There's Cole Harkey, the #1 recruit in the nation coming out of high school. Barrington, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. UCLA takes a little bit off and drops it in. Boy, how good a serve was that by Robinson?
That looked a little beachy to me. A little off speed, keep them on their heels.
Great downward rotation, ball movement. There's 3 aces already. We're tied at 5. Goes with a fastball and gets the ace.
Great toss on that serve, really leading himself forward. The last one he might have got under the toss a little bit. This one keeps out in front, able to rip it deep.
UCLA with 10 aces, only 14 errors. Pepperdine, 4 aces and 8 errors. But the serve surely has been the difference. Yeah, we're tied to 1 set apiece. Again, Robinson with the booming serve. Waves, Harkey has to get it over. The Waves did not set well. They jousted the net. Dyer gets a touch, so does Riley. Tapped over, and we're going to get mishandling the ball, I think. Or, well, they're going to call net against UCLA, and the point to Pepperdine at the service line, moving right to left. They're dark blue. Eli Haber with the serve. This is Rama down the sidelines, but he missed it. Point to Pepperdine. Ryan Barnett and Ethan Watson defending. Two of the top offensive teams in the country. The Bruins hitting .367, second most in the NCAA. Andrew Rowan, the quick attack to Cameron Thorne.
Cameron Thorne hitting .625, now .556, but still extremely impressive.
Just the ability of Andrew Rowan to run a balanced attack, so many weapons for UCLA, and we'll try to anticipate where it's going to go. Strong serve by Thorne. Pepperdine's shot attempt goes out of bounds, and the point to UCLA. 8-7 Bruins in set number 3. We're tied in 1 set apiece. Winner into the championship tomorrow. Following this at 8 p.m. It will be number 2's the 2nd seed USC taking on number 6 Stanford, who went almost 3 hours last night to beat Brigham Young in 5, 15-10. It was an absolute war.
We'll see how recovered they are today.
Yeah. Well, they're playing 3 matches in 3 days, and it only gets more challenging for Stanford, but they've been able to find a way to win, even against Menlo in their opening match, and then beating a good BYU team, and that is Diallo.
Diallo coming in cold and making 2 amazing swings.
Injured early on because he is a very talented player. Because got Cameron Thorne in the middle, and this way the Waves get the point.
There's a saying, you don't get ready, you stay ready. Diallo's been ready for this moment.
They call your name. Just get the feeling this is going to go 5. All right, Rowan finds the back row. Waves, they can't quite come up with it. Cooper Robinson with his 8th kill.
Cooper Robinson looks really relaxed. His last few attacks have just been really smooth.
Cole Harkey with 9 kills, topping Pepperdine. Ryan Barnett with 8. Ethan Watson with 4. William Woodham with 4. Gabe Dyer, the transfer from UC San Diego, where he was played there for 3 years, the starting setter last season. Attack here and a point to the Bruins and take 11-9 lead. Honorable mention all conference, also on the all freshman team, has 11 aces on the year. Riley able to get the reception. The block up front. Diallo along with Rowan. Set 3. The Bruins up 12-9. The kind location with about 8,000 students. But tuition at Pepperdine is about $77,000 a year. But that includes books, so it's not that bad. All right, service here. The Bruins with 10 aces, 17 airs. Pepperdine 4 aces and 8 airs. That certainly has made a difference, and certainly given the Bruins the advantage, certainly in set number 1. But the Waves seemingly adjusted and able to capture the second.
See if they can clean it up here.
13-10 UCLA. With the jump floater, Gabe Dyer. Backside Harkey, nice block up front. Right there is Thorne, and also Robinson returned, and this time Barnett with a smash hit.
Well, Barnett had to go over there. That was the third contact, and he went with force. He chose to just rip it. Really good decision that paid off.
Thorne, the only defensive player on that play, and Ryan Barnett. Surely Barnett and Harkey have to have big matches, and then Zach Rama, if Pepperdine's going to win this contest. See John Hawks, who played his volleyball at San Diego State back in the early 2000s, got his degree from the University of Phoenix, former head coach of the USA Junior National Team, and assistant at Long Beach State, USC, UC Irvine, at UCLA. Point for the Bruins, 15-11. UCLA with the lead. Certainly, if you're Jonathan Winder, got to keep a close reins on this set and the match. Make sure the Bruins don't get too far out in front. This one goes out of bounds. Service here by Andrew Rowan in high school All-American, wearing number 3, the libero for UCLA. 15-12. And that one goes out of bounds. So Haley, as the match goes on, and you see these strong jump serves, do you tend to adjust as it gets farther and farther toward the end of this and come with a strong jump serve?
I think if you're UCLA, you stick with it. That's their team identity, and they got a great result right there. They're ahead. I think you still have the green light, but I think if you're Pepperdine, at certain times you want to take some risk, but other times you want to just see what your team can do.
Pepperdine 281. Booming serve, Riley able to keep it in play, batted over by Watson. Rowan finds Thorne with a smash hit. Up the U.S. national team program. UCLA continues to put pressure on Pepperdine, and there's Mazer with the kill, the 6'9" freshman.
All right, making his debut.
Eli Haber, more all around, but only at 6'2", and a Cervisier. Cervisier the point to UCLA. 19-13 Bruins as Marshall High School. And Cameron Thorne at the service line. Jump serve, it goes out of bounds, pretty close. That does change things. We've noticed during the course. Oh, that one gets away. That's ended up on the PCH.
Challenge.
Aiden Toon out of Honolulu at the service line, possesses a strong jump serve. 2014 UCLA. Rowan at the block up front, and the point goes to UCLA as it goes out of bounds. Diallo.
Diallo hitting 1,000. 3 kills, 3 attempts.
Has been injured early in the year. I mean, he's just too talented. Only his 9th set of the season. Barnett with a two-handed push. Rowan on the backside, and Rama. They've run that play time and time again, and not much resistance. And Rama's been able to get one kill after another.
Yeah, the efficiency from UCLA's middles really putting pressure on Pepperdine's block, opening up Rama on the right side.
Rama serving. This is Barnett, goes deep and powers it with a kill. Robinson getting out of the way.
Barnett is the heart and soul of this.
9 kills, hitting .471. They did a good job to disguise that. Cole Harkey only hitting .167. There's William Whidden in the middle, the 6'7" freshman from San Clemente. And how about Diallo with a change of pace?
Can't stop this guy.
Very important match. Semifinals in the MPSF tournament. They had started Sean McQuiggan, the 6'10", middle. Pepperdine on offense, Barnett cross court, and it goes out of bounds, attack air. And it is set point for the Bruins, 24-15. They pretty much have controlled this third set. They will come with a strong jump serve. Riley waves, this is gonna be another ace, and the Bruins win 25-15. And for UCLA, they take a 2-1 lead. Teams will change sides. We will get ready for set number 4, our opening semifinal. 53 hitting percentage. Ryan Barnett leading Pepperdine with 10 kills, number 14, and kept in play by UCLA. Waves able to block up front. Another joust, and we get a whistle, and play is stopped, and a point to UCLA. They're going to call net against Pepperdine.
That's hard on a joust. Both guys are pushing back and forth, so it's hard not to hit the net on a play like that.
Officials for tonight's match: Bill Forrester, the up official, and Ron Bellum, the down official. Crowd of about 800 at least on hand at Firestone Fieldhouse. SC and Stanford in the second match, and then Cole Harkey with the kill.
Hopefully both UCLA players okay. There was a little stumble there.
Cooper Robinson, they'll clean things up on the UCLA side. Yeah, they kind of ran into each other. And actually it was Diallo who had slipped and then ran into Robinson. But everybody is okay, and we'll continue. Winner into the championship tomorrow. And Rowan, Robinson.
The setter for UCLA making such smart decisions on who to get the ball to. He's getting his hitters one-on-one situations more than not.
Is Andrew Rowan that good?
He is.
He has led the Bruins to 2 national titles in his first 2 seasons. Boy, a smackdown by Ethan Watson, 6'8" sophomore from Sunnyvale, last year's MPSF Freshman of the Year. He's hitting .493 on the season. Had some injuries, but healthy now. Now we're tied at 2. UCLA up 2-1. Quick attack over the middle, Cameron Thorne. Boy, if you're defending UCLA, you just have to kind of pick your poison and try to find a way to get your doubles to defend any one of so many hitters. Great balance on this UCLA team. And looking at the numbers, 4 players with at least 7 kills. This is Barnett. Thorne setting, finds Robinson, but look at the block. Barnett. Pepperdine serving, Ryan Barnett. 44 aces on the year, one of the best in the country. Shot attempt by Robinson, misfires, and a point to Pepperdine. UCLA ranked number 2 in the nation. Long Beach State, the number 1 ranked team, won the Big West. Well, finally tapped over by UCLA, and then the quick hitter by Gabe Dyer, who is an offensive threat. That's 47 kills on the year.
Haven't seen too much of his offense tonight, so really good decision right there to switch it.
Ranked number 8 in the country against number 2 UCLA. Right back to Kirchie to handle the serve, the waves out of the back row. Barnett.
It's a great set on the back row attack, giving it just enough height to still reach for Barnett. He can reach and pick that off instead of bringing it low into the block.
And triple blockers waiting, and not enough. 6-3 Pepperdine. And service air. As good a serving team as UCLA is, and Long Beach State maybe even better. In fact, they have one of the great players that I have ever seen. And I'm not sure if you've seen him, and Moni Nikolov, a 6'8" freshman out of Bulgaria, has 86 aces on the season. No one's even close. I mean, if it was baseball, he'd be throwing 105-mile-an-hour fastball. And he is a one-of-a-kind, a brilliant player, maybe the best player I've ever seen. But you mentioned you've seen him as well.
I've seen him. He makes incredibly smart plays that just leave the other team feeling a little foolish at times. He gets people open nets. He jump sets. He swings as a setter. He's very offensive. So great player to watch.
He can block and dig. He's 6'8". You see the Pepperdine bench. Ethan Hogan, number 44. It's Gabe Dyer. His brother George got injured, was on the team, a transfer from USC. Sorely missed. Waves trying to keep it in play. Batted over by Riley. Comes back to the Bruins. Block up front. Haber along with James Eady.
Wow. Eli Haber just skying and pressing over. He's been a little bit quiet tonight, so it's good to see him get in the action, and the crowd is loving it.
James Eady had been injured for almost a month. He was leading Pepperdine in blocks and finally getting healthy, the 6'7" sophomore. They joust again, and we're going to get a whistle point to Pepperdine. Mishandling the ball by UCLA.
This two-hand set into the block hasn't worked a ton. So I don't know if he'll continue to do that out of system or switch it up with a roll shot.
10-5 Pepperdine. This is Kelly. Still leads the team actually with 72 blocks. Been having a great season. Long and athletic, number 26. On the court for the Waves, trying to shake things up. Ball popped up and hits the beam and goes out of bounds on the other side. And that is the Grambling 6 Pepperdine. And comes up short. So Haber's team left serve. This is Riley. Not a great set. Battle at the net. Pepperdine gets it back. Harkey with a tap. Diving save by Aziz. On the other side, Rama. Let's see, it went out of bounds. No good.
That's a smart play from Pepperdine. The recycle play, if they can't get a clean kill, they're being really smart and making UCLA.
7. Bruins won the first set, 25-19. The Waves second, 25-22. And UCLA the third, 25-15. And a point to UCLA, 12-8 Pepperdine. You see Cameron in the court for the first time in several weeks. Thorne, first team All-American at Grand Canyon last year. And this is Barnett, took a little bit off and able to score. 13-8 Pepperdine. UCLA. This is Robinson ripping it. It goes way up into the rafters, but it is in play. Came back on the same side. And the Waves volley it back. They go back to Robinson, who took something off of it and gets the kill. Jacob Riley, the libero, second team all-conference, leads Pepperdine 170 digs, wearing number 6 in the white jersey for the Waves. Barnett, we're going to get a whistle in favor of Pepperdine, and then the quick hit. Going for UCLA. I like Cooper Robinson. There's Jonathan Winder, Eli Haber talking with Ron Pelham, the down official. 14-10, the Bruins trying to make a move in the fourth set, up 2-1. Jump on the Pepperdine side. Pepperdine, Gabe Dyer, back row, Barnett, kept in play by UCLA. Rowan, back row, Robinson, Riley, Barnett runs it down, volleyed over by Hartke. Comes at the overpass, and we're gonna get a point to Pepperdine. It's gonna be over the net. Waves get the ball back. Back row, Robinson. Almost looked too easy for UCLA.
Virtually no block up for Pepperdine there. Robinson.
The regular season champs in the MPSF. To get back to the championship match, Kelly blocked up front to Edie and Hartke, and the Waves get the point. The national champions back-to-back. Waves serving, moving left to right in a dark uniform. Oh, what a block by James Edie.
Wow.
Welcome back, James Edie. Been out for such a long time, he hasn't missed a beat on Diallo. Play continues, and the ball goes out of bounds. Pepperdine point. 19-11 Waves.
Pass just getting a little too tight. Rowan's back row setter. He's not able to get up there and attack it over.
Waves get it in the front court. Sent back by UCLA, and that's James Edie, but misfires, and the point to the Bruins. The Waves now hitting for Pepperdine, hitting .583 in set number 4. Gabe Dyer to Barn. Oh, what a block up front. Kelly along with Diallo and Rowan.
Well, perfect pass, all 4 hitter options, but the UCLA block not fooled. They're 3 up on that back row attack.
The Westwood Roofing Company, 19-13 Pepperdine. This time, this is Haber, kept alive by the Bruins, and then Kelly with the kill.
Pepperdine not finding the floor in the last few points. UCLA capitalizing.
Well, Pepperdine's going to take a timeout, talk about things. They have a 19-14 lead, but down 2 sets to 1. You're watching the second match, Stanford and USC. It should be a good one. Block up front. That is Diallo at 6'9". Over the triple block is Hartke. Kept alive by the Bruins. Kelly firing away. Bruins serving. They have been outstanding throughout this match. Hartke goes above the block. Aziz with the touch. Run down by Rama. It goes into the rafters and almost put over. Those low beams and lights. Pepperdine lets serve. Aziz keeps it in play, and then Kelly, the shot, no good. Point to Pepperdine. Those 5, they are 0-3 this year. The Bruins are 4-0 in 5 setters. Just in case. Haber, the overpass by UCLA. On the backside, Hartke, the block trying to save. Back there was Haber, a great effort, and the Bruins get the point.
Oh, that was a close one, but they say play the close ones if you're not sure. Diving save, no good for Pepperdine.
21-16. Pepperdine with the lead. UCLA at the service line, 13 aces. Been rather quiet though in this 4th set. This is Hartke, returned up front by Diallo. On the other side, Barnett, he gets the put away.
Great fast arm swing by Barnett, chiseling the inside hands of the block that wasn't fully formed.
Off the bench. Back to Kirchie to receive, and then Robinson kept in play by Dyer. Comes back to Barnett, jousting, able to push it over. Robinson again, great save by Toon, and then they get mixed up. This tournament no matter what. Pepperdine. Barnett, oh, what a block up front. Cameron Thorne and Andrew Rowan.
There's no seams in that block. They are hip to hip, shoulders.
22-18 serving UCLA. Gabe Dyer, backside to Hartke. Covered back there by Ido David, and then the point to Robinson that goes off the hands of Pepperdine.
Smart play. Only needed one hand on that tool that time.
If UCLA should score on this serve, I got to think that Jonathan Winter's got to take a timeout. 22-19, Pepperdine in the fourth set, but they're down 2-1. Service air, the Waves got a little bit of a break. 23-19, a big-time server. 37 aces on the year. MPSF Freshman of the Year, he went for broke. A riverboat gambler. 23-20, Pepperdine.
Pepperdine needs to just stay composed here. They have all the tools to score and finish this set.
Andrew Rowan. I'm sure he'll be aggressive, and he is. Dyer runs it down. They joust up front, still kept in play, and then we got a player down, and that is Cameron Thorne. We'll make sure he's okay. I hope he didn't turn an ankle. Comes up limping a little bit. Seems to be okay. Play was stopped right in the middle, right here. Just crumbled. Barnett was battling up front. I guess they're going to do this over because of an injury. Right, they'll do it over. Rowan again. 23-20 Pepperdine. And a service air. Side out the Waves. Set point number 1, but is this going to be challenged? Apparently so. If nothing else, it kind of works like a timeout for UCLA. You got nothing to lose other than one of your challenges. Calling the court, though, was a service error and a point to Pepperdine. And time to take so long. I keep thinking it's maybe a time limit, 90 seconds, 2 minutes. We asking too much? Oh, the Bruins are going to win the challenge. Wow.
That's a huge momentum shift right there for UCLA, getting the overturn of the challenge.
Now it's 23-21. A moment ago, a set point for the Waves. Jonathan Winder along the sidelines, head coach in his 3rd year. Played professionally in Europe. Rowan, Pepperdine, can they come back? Barnett firing away.
Well, that all started with a perfect pass, setting up that play. They could have set either the middle or outside. Bruin block not fully formed. Great swing.
A great reception and passing by Pepperdine. 24-21, set point for the Waves. Barnett with a let serve. Rowan, backside, Rama, shot no good. Pepperdine wins. We are going to a 5th set. Pepperdine wins it 25-21. And Teamville, let's see, there's going to be a challenge, however. So we'll keep it right here. So John Hawks will challenge this. The call on the court is attack error. Maybe saying it was touched by Dyer. Rama, actually Cooper Robinson. Let's see, I don't think so. Right, on the left arm,
I think UCLA is calling the blocker in the net. Looks like the bottom of his torso on the way down might have flipped the net.
Well, UCLA did win the challenge. It's 24-22. And now UCLA. So the Waves have had 2 set point opportunities taken away. It's still set point number 2 currently. Bruins serving, moving right to left. Riley to receive out of the back row, but look at the block by Kelly and Thorne on Harkey.
Perfect pass, but you have to know that's who they're going to go to in crunch time.
All right, Pepperdine's got to take a timeout. It'll be set point number 3, 24-23. Waves have the lead. You're watching the MPSF. He's got a devastating jump serve. He fires away the let serve. Pepperdine, quick hitter, rejected up front. And look at Watson tapped. Kept in play by Rama on the other side. Hit there by Kelly. Pepperdine firing from the back row, Barnett. UCLA again The joust won by UCLA. Pepperdine Barnett gets the kill, and Pepperdine wins.
Incredible point to end the set. UCLA asking for a lift in the middle of the play, but no call was given.
And they get another challenge. Don't go away. Ryan Barnett with that last point. Yeah, there's no challenge. Pepperdine wins 25-23. We'll come back with set number 5. You're watching the MPSF Pelham, the down official. Floater serve. Tapped over, and Cameron Thorne, a great read, and drops it in.
Very smart play.
Kristen Elizondo and Christian Soler. And a point for Pepperdine.
This set to 15, every point matters. You see Pepperdine is fired up. They're locked in, ready to go.
And certainly playing at home, and the crowd rooting for them. It's an emotional night. Pepperdine won last night. Cruised through Grand Canyon 3-0. Harkey serving. Bruins on the offensive. Drama, but the Waves keep it in play. Tapped over by Riley. On the other side, Kelly. Great save back there by Haber. On the other side, Barnett. Blocked up front. The Waves able to get it over. Back row, Robinson.
Robinson said, "I've had enough." Puts the exclamation point on that swing.
We are tied at 2 in the 5th set. Well, Andrew Rowan does such a great job running the offense. Got 39 assists on the night. Gabe Dyer in comparison only 22. They're going to take a look at this play being stopped. Tied at 2 apiece in set 5. Jonathan Winder along the sideline. Yeah, there's a challenge. The call in the court was a point to UCLA, and it will stand.
Great defense by Pepperdine. Number 7 laying out, outstretched dig to keep that ball alive.
Yeah, Eli Haber. All right, Cameron Thorne, All-American middle, goes deep and out of bounds.
Looked like he took a little bit off of that serve, maybe to just keep it in play. But that can throw off your momentum and routine.
Pepperdine 3, UCLA 2. Coming up at 8 p.m., it will be USC, the number 2 seed, taking on Stanford, number 6. Cardinal will be playing their 3rd match in 3 days. Waves on the overpass, but then the step there by Diallo. Call against UCLA, and the point to Pepperdine. It's 4-2 Waves. Oh yeah, that couldn't have been any more obvious. He grabbed it basically. All right, Bruins. Kelly, saved by Riley. Pepperdine making plays. Barnett, oh what a block. Diallo and Kelly.
That ball almost bounced back under the net. That's how far over the UCLA blockers' hands were pressed. What a strong block.
Waves couldn't have gotten a better look. Ryan Barnett had a great shot attempt, but he draws 2 blockers wherever, at least 2, wherever he goes. 4-3, Pepperdine in the 5th set. Bruins won the 1st set, 25-19. The Waves the 2nd, 25-22. Bruins the 3rd, 25-15. Pepperdine the 4th, 25-23. Waves can't get it over. We are tied at 4. Bruins at 14-8, 374. Diggs, 21-19, UCLA. Riley's been busy in the back row. Harkey, a shot got away. Attack here.
Well, strong serving by UCLA, pulling Pepperdine off the net, out of system. Usually only finding 2 options, either one of their pins in that situation. So UCLA blockers know exactly where to go.
5-4, UCLA. Service here. Side out, Pepperdine. You see Jonathan Winder along this. Coming in, Brendan Reed to serve. He's a good defensive player, good ball handler, strong server, and that is Sean Kelly, attack air. Bruins have lost their last match to USC about a week ago. A service error, point to Pepperdine.
You know, they say the ball never lies.
6-6. And Gabe Dyer at the service line. Keeps it in play with a jump floater. A lot of ball movement. This is Robinson, took something off of it. Ball kept in play, and Pepperdine's going to get the point. He's going to be challenged immediately. It was a great dig by Riley, but it was really close if it hit the floor this match. Service error.
You can hear the thump behind that swing on that serve. If that went over the net, it was surely an ace.
That's Tito David, the 6'7" senior from Israel. He is a strong server. Service error. So, teams change sides to 18 throughout the arena. They have watched a great match. Pepperdine run down over the block is Hartke. Rowan outside firing away. It is Robinson. The way's able to keep it in play. With a great play by Pepperdine, Eli Haber.
What an incredible outstretched dig. The place is going crazy. Pepperdine does not quit.
10 for Pepperdine. We are even at 8. We are playing to 15. You must win by 2. Match about 2 hours and 20 minutes in length. The next match scheduled to start at 8 p.m., but there will be given at least 1 hour in between matches with this one running long, so it may go as late as 8:30. Stanford and USC. UCLA with the ball. Shot attempt, and Zach Rama delivers. Remember, the Bruins are 4-0 in 5-set matches. Pepperdine, UCLA been there before and have been successful, where Pepperdine has not. Right on the line, big serve. Waves able to get it over. At the net, the stuff. Ryan Barnett, who else? They get the ball back, serving Cole Hartke. Is aggressive with the serve, it gets popped up. Tapped over by Rama. Pepperdine, great chance. Hartke firing off the blocks. Kept in play by the Bruins. Block up front, Ethan Watson. Along with Haley Harward, I'm Al Epstein. Glad you could be with us on this Friday night. Great time of year, NCAA men's volleyball. Bruins and able to score. Cameron Thorne. This line, jump serve. We're tied at 10 in set 5. Barnett.
Wow. Bringing his hammer to work is Barnett.
11-10 Pepper. Barnett serving, fires away. Bruins, not a great receive. Volleyed over by Rama. Pepperdine's Riley. They go back row, Barnett, but he missed it. Attack here.
That's a good look there, getting the free ball. Oh, maybe a challenge from Pepperdine.
Maybe so. Jonathan Winder. And the shot on the court was certainly long. We will get a challenge by Pepperdine. You can see a lot there. Boy, the crowd standing throughout the arena, they have seen a great match. So the call on the court was attack here. There's Barnett. Not sure what they were looking at when Jonathan Winder saw. Right of about 800-900, maybe more. Now the official, Ron Bellum, the down-the-pitch, Matthew Pollock. We will get the decision as they ring the bell. They're going to call, I guess, a net against UCLA, and the point to Pepperdine, and it's 12-10 Waves. What a turn of events.
That is crazy.
Barnett serving, he'll be aggressive. Gets a let serve. UCLA. They go outside and a kill by Sean Kelly, the freshman.
That's a really good swing on that out-of-system ball, finding that line seam right between the defenders.
Obviously it worked out. Pepperdine, Harkey fires and gets it. And going down, we might have an injured player for UCLA. Oh, you hate to see that. As Diallo. Very well. We'll take a quick break. 13-11, Pepperdine in the fifth. This is Ethan Watson with the floater. Rowan runs it down. The shot attack here by Rama. It is match point for Pepperdine. 14-11. The crowd standing. Unbelievable atmosphere. The best crowd of the season. The way the number 4 seed. McQuiggan stays in. Eli Haber in the back row for the Waves. Ryan Barnett there. They may have overturned and a point to UCLA. That changes everything. 13-12 Pepperdine, and we're going to get a timeout. We will come back. 13-12. They reversed the call. You're watching the MPSF on Big 10 Plus. Kelly, the freshman, fires away. Pepperdine goes to Harkey over the block. Touch there by Aziz. At the net, the Waves knock it down, but they're going to call a net against Pepperdine. Point to UCLA. Jonathan Winder. The deep breath. 13-13. Some key mistakes late by the Waves. UCLA one more time. Sean Kelly. Jump serve. Nice save by Riley. They go back to Harkey. The block popped up by Pepperdine. They get it back. Harkey taps it over, but it goes out of bounds. Point to UCLA.
Well, credit to UCLA with the service pressure. Pepperdine feeling a little tense here.
Timeout taken by the Waves. It is match point number 1 for UCLA. Quite a comeback. 14-13, you're watching the MPSF on Big 10 Plus. Team in the nation was on the ropes, but they managed to come back here late. Sean Kelly serving for UCLA. Just about everybody in the building on their feet. I don't know, about 800 or 900 on hand. Has been quite a match. All right, Kelly delivers short. Side out Pepperdine. We go to overtime. Sean Kelly was aggressive. The Waves do not become aggressive. They go with the floater. And going cross court, Rama, but attack here. Point for Pepperdine. Match point for the Waves, number 1. Did the Bruins take a timeout? They do not. 15-14 Pepperdine. Boy, what a momentum swing. Pepperdine goes with the floater. UCLA. And the block up front, Pepperdine wins! Unbelievable. The block by Edie and Haber, and the team will congratulate each other. Pepperdine